should be able to get that.
Aurora.
Next circle though. We're going to define a lot of how this works, and we are down towards Milta. Nongshim might be thinking about making a move right now, and they're instantaneous. This is way better than last game. Last game felt late on those of the puzzles. It felt like they were still making decisions. This time they are much quicker with it. Out to the outside edge, not confirmed towards Milta yet. Still giving them capability to move out towards the field should this move towards the west. But now they're going to have a swivel on towards all the teams around them. Aurora recalling Reefus back towards the squad as teams start to surge towards Milta.
Timing on this is going to be so dangerously tight though. They all caught vision on one another. Ida have already entered close. Three-man split, Solo's playing in a line there for Aurora with the wrap in late. Rufus seeing the backline of Vitality, knows he's got to go down towards the coast and then assist the team. Tiama getting shots off as well. That's Ulf. Oh, you're going to be eating shrapnel on this one. Wide arc down towards the roadside.
Souls and Aaron here by the toll gates. It's always an awkward spot, very nadeable. Couple of positions you could play around inside the toll booth itself to try and dodge those close quarters ordnance. Oh my god, there's mollies everywhere. Aaron can barely move. He has to find an opening with this nade, but for Ulf it's looking like it's more and more over. XZY goes down to a nade from Reefus. Doesn't push it though. Should be resable.
That's two players knocked as well. We saw Vitality getting the first domino falling onto Nongshim, then the assist coming in from Aurora. The Nongshim Smash squad might have come unstuck early.
Ooh, it's far. It's so hard. He kind of needs to get over the top and try and pick him up, but when the vehicle's currently slammed, it's really difficult to do. Just about holds the res. He was so low. Tizzy perched himself on the rubble of the wall. Oh, that was close, Jackie.
I think we just saw Federales get a single tap onto Hyunbin as well. He was looking for the drop with the smoke, wanted to try and get down there and assist, took a single bullet, had to hit the deck again. He smokes out, limited cover as well with the walls, so the geometry playing in their favor. You can go for another res. They might be able to recover it cleanly.
I think that they won't be recovering though. It's all this utility that they just spent getting those players back up again. How many smoke launchers do they still have left? Vexy finds Tizzy again. Nongshim under mad pressure at the moment between two separate squads, both looking towards them. Just have to hold on for the time being. Stop peeking, honestly, but I feel like they realize they need to keep these teams on the outside at bay. Arena, though, down in the blink of an eye versus Tiama. Another team on Smash ruling out. Tiama survives as for just. Eagle inside.
With Jiggle getting one of them confirmed off the back of the damage that was done, so they do go down to at best a three-man squad post this pickup.
A lot of teams need to move, a lot of teams that actually fully confirmed though towards Milta, now feeling a little bad about this one, which is exactly why you see Aurora playing on this edge down towards the south side and Nongshim not fully moving in. So 4 Thrives, they've got to extricate themselves. Flash have also got to pull themselves out of this one. S2G a little bit safer where the on the warehouses, and they can move up over towards that top side, be playing over towards toll booth later. But it's Aura right now who actually own the majority of the space on the northern edge. 4 Thrives opening up over towards Aurora as they move.
That backline in is good to at least take some of the heat off, force attention turn.
They know the shots came from Vitality earlier, so this is sort of the team they need to deal with first. The one thing I really worry about for Nongshim though is how exposed the vehicles have been this entire time. You got to imagine that wheels are blown out, if not vehicles fully exploded. They do have to move further in towards the circle. likely will be on foot, unless they can find some kind of vehicle in the near future. Vitality's going to go for a mad rotate over towards the northwest side. They hear the fighting, they notice that Nick McGallis is down. This is a good opportunity to go for. Vexy helping from the back lines. Really like this push from Vitality.
Ralph's on an island, last man left alive and not breathing for much longer as Razak will find that adjustment back onto Nigma, so they go down. Vexy's been good as well at providing some overwatch for this squad, showing up when they needed him. Fury are on the move close by, shots from either side, so a lot of information garnered towards them. They advance further. Silence and Co pushing up with the vehicle is going to peek over the top of the rocks. There's Tiama in the distance, nades being thrown onto Vitality, a backline potential. Igor goes in, big sprays, assisted by Silence. 4-5's taking some damage as well, but Pepper back onto them.
Fury's going to move in on this, like you say. Igor's already on that front line. The rest of the team all stood alongside him now. And Vitality find themselves in a very horrendous position. Nades from Tiama going a little bit wide here, trying to angle these through the smoke. That one should be on target. Easy cleanup. Tiama grab themselves 10-11 eliminations on this match so far. Much more reminiscent of the past, and Milu's already on 4.
Furia playing with that confidence and aggression we know they've got as 4-5's buckle under the pressure. Furia shutting them down in the close range combat. And Nongxin, after turtling for so long, finally knowing Vitality had been taken out of the picture, they can make a move. They're just wrapping round to where Aurora were.
This is interesting, trying to get rid of Aurora, actually. Only one player here in Reefers, potentially they've noticed that. There's actually a massive amount of space on this western side that they could clear. Tiamba's a 3-man, Furia's down to 2. Circle moves up that way, leaving Tiamba with one of the few remaining positions, and we are on Tolbu. Oh my god, what a circle to end on.
Ooh, deep nades. Reefers casting that one out. Back nades as he advances to try and create a little bit of space between the teams. Distant shots coming in from Tiamba. He's got to hit the deck, but that's not the only squad you got to worry about. Lost from S2G, gets a sight line, and goodbye Reefers.
The only thing is just like kind of flashbacks to the last game where there is a massive capability of moving west on this one for Nongxin and clearing up towards that north side, having all that space. You'd imagine that they saw the amount of teams that moved into Milta. They are just charging headlong into danger here, where there is so much more room to play on the northwest side. Guys, you don't need elims, you need a chicken.
And they might get barbecued if they take too much time on this one. Joel was cooking a molly. XCY so paranoid about the peak from the top side with Tiamba. And with Furia not needing to force the issue amongst them, they've got a crystal clear line of sight down onto the rotate path for Nongxin. It's so uncomfortable.
Come back, lads. Just come back off this angle. We don't need to play it anymore. You can wrap back over towards. So easy. 2 down. What is this? It makes little sense. I mean, they've set themselves up wonderfully the entire time for this western exit. And as soon as the circle moves away from Milta, what do? Push into Milta?
The panic's there. Paralysis by analysis. The zone takes away one of the members, and we're down to just the duo. Aurora caught on their exit as Lost will be able to continue playing powerfully off this angle. XZY thankfully given a few moments of respite as he runs to try and find any cover at all.
Kamikaze from S2G, we talked from the start of the game. They have just about hit that 122 now. So they have hit that smash ruling going towards that next match. Another team steps up to the plate. They've done enough here, even if they go down. Looking to take down Ida regardless. Hams, ooh, what a shot! Reactions coming through clutch there, but Kamikaze, as always, the backbone in the team.
Standing straight and keeping S2G in a position to recover from this. Quick reactions from Ida, but a shutdown play that will let S2G fight on for another day. Flash though getting eaten alive by Aurora. Rapping down the ridge, the nades bouncing in. Tops is down. Kamikaze scanning to see what more points they can steal.
Aura on for a big game here, actually, Jackie. Looking to push themselves further in the rankings. Only 2 eliminations so far, but so much more to grab here as most teams are bruised and bleeding coming into these final zones. Tiama also having a good time of it. Nades going over the top here from Nongshim Red Force, rolling down, and we are directly on top of Toll Booth now.
That's okay falling. XZY getting the tags off. They've been under constant pressure the entire time. It's not clean. It's awkward.
Not even a helmet on so easy here anymore.
Mate, you're playing with a bare minimum. Concessions had to be made, but a nade could be coming their way. Lost with 2 left in the back pocket. The first one thrown in looks good for the bounce. Oh, see ya!
Double bouncer. XZY is down. Comes to the end of his line there. Nongshim is floundering at the moment. Confusing moves. Win though from the back lines will get the backstab, but immediately spotted out by Lost here. S2G absolutely have done enough, but they're looking to push further into this game, as is so easy.
They're trying to send a message with this one. It's not just about what they needed to get into Smash, they want to prove that they can be the big dogs in the lobby. Response back over though. Hamza G eating the nade from Hora as Hora are lighting up the sky. Explosion after explosion on top of the Turkish team. They are stuck on the ridge and cannot advance. Backline attack from Tiama from way over the other side. And Tiama keeping the pressure on. Trying to get that pick up in. Lost with limited space to play off. In comes the nade. Oh!
S2G blown sky high behind the tree there. Let me introduce you to the biggest dog in the lobby. Hora on the northeast side. So easy. With barely a hope in this match, but still hanging on. Furia dashed by the roadside, leaving just Hora, Tiama, Nongshim Red Force in this endgame. For Nongshim, the best thing about this is that even if there isn't a smash win, this is keeping them contention for the top spot, at least.
It's going to be big for the placements. And is there a chance of some sheer shenanigans from So Easy? He's crossing his fingers, mate. But you've got a hard task ahead of you.
This guy's got him. Has to have him here. Just peeks over a little bit. So Easy's trying to hide his face behind the barest of pylons. Behind this railing. It is just not high. God, he has to do something though. Oh, they've smoked him.
Hang on a minute.
Cheers, I really needed that.
He's tucked in behind it. There's no real angle from the backside as well from Tiama, so it just depends. I mean, if Hora go for the hard force over,
this is mad.
Yeah, this could get cheeky quite quickly. Sleepy would have burned down as well. The vehicle, it's all going wrong. So Easy on the peacock, good for one, and Tiama assisting with the shots from the top. He's going to go first on these as well.
Hora on the assist. With unreal smoke. Mollies go in, nades go wide, and he is out. Tiama will clean up.
Nongshim were looking to blot out the sun on that one with a surprise plays, but it's not going to happen now. And Hora solo remains with the advancement of Tian, but the nade goes over. Sky got a backpedal. Runs back to whatever cover he can find. Can he trust in his source on this one? Holding the peak, ready for the shots. Eagle gets knocked out of the sky. QZZ with a reposition as Sky advances forward with a shotgun in his hand. Nade being cooked by Milu, and this man don't miss.
Good damage. QZZ falls up with a second, and Tiama is back. What a fantastic game. The 3-man inside just felt like these guys needed a little bit of confidence. And that star on the match reinvigorates whatever light died out in Milu on day 2. It is back on now, and it is blaring.
They started that game as they meant to proceed. The aggression was there. The despicable nade plays from Milu that always give you that gut-wrenching feeling of how does he do it. Continued from start to finish. The shots are on point. And a pathway begins to present itself.
Aura's got to be mad at themselves, though. Imagine just smoking off so easy.
The smoke into the tire pot on the career down the hill. Oh, but
they really did careen off course there. Looked so good up until that point. Covering their angles, clearing their spots out. So easy. He was mega confused. I would have loved to see his face in that moment. Pure shock. He's like, is that the nade moved away from me? He's like, wait, actually,
that's the smoke. I can pass that.
Nice. That's great. I didn't have one of those before, you know.
No utility left, but they gave him what to be nice, and then Tiama with the perfect timed nades.
Man, so good. There was a small part of me that thought that So Easy was going to clutch up. Small part of me, but I am glad it was Tiama.
Oh yeah, tiny percentage, but it started to get a little bit bigger with how things were going. But hey, a Tiama win is a very exciting prospect. Such a fun team to watch, Blank, bringing the heat in finals.
They're just a fast-paced team, and I think what we've seen them from before is just a little bit of that sluggish gameplay where they weren't quite able to make those plays, and they've been desperately banging on that door, but it's just been not going down. And I think Milu right there just put a foot through it, so it looks good. It looks way better now. They're pulling off those maneuvers too. So yeah, great work to Tiama. Really, really happy to see it, and it was, I think for me, it was fantastic to see these guys happy.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite thing about that win.
It's nice to see him smiling, nice to see the success story of how they're playing. And mate, you're right. I think if there was a door there, Milu not only kicked it down, he just destroyed the entire house.
He's just a whirlwind.
Yeah. Came through, blowing everyone away. And mate, I'd love to see that. I hope that continues.
I hope it does continue as well. For Tiama, it's not over yet. We haven't rung the bell. They might have been uppercutted, but they have got back up again. The count did not finish. It's scary, no? Going into these final matches, we've got 3 teams at match point right now. It's S2G, E-Arena, as well as Nongshim. Nongshim's been making some crazy decisions. E-Arena, sadly, on the other hand, have just not been able to eke out those performances so far. It's felt a little bit timid from that team. S2G, though, I think this is a worrisome squad to have in that top 3 because they could just light it up at any moment now. Unless the pressure gets to him, which it seems to be the case for quite a few of our teams.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the contrast we're painting there for E-Arena, right? Where it feels like you had some flash in the pan moments, but now it's come to, you just got to follow through. It's not happening. Whereas S2G, we know they can strive for greatness. It feels like championship mentality is going hand in hand with their aggression, the way they're approaching these lobbies. All it takes, one big game. Could be a championship right there, but stay tuned for that. We'll find out. The narrative continues. Do not go anywhere.
Human body was built to move, not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Chasing fighting until we make it. These teams are in Tiama, able to get that chicken dinner, full control of the zone. But we have to talk about something that's very important. S2G being able to get into the smash zone now, not coming up short this match.
I mean, I just sort of want to touch on that. From their compound, they actually probably had the better position out of the squad, sort of moving that rotate in. But I mean, we got to talk about like their push on our Ula. I'm sure Max is going to cover this nicely a little bit later. But yes, just the, I guess, raw power that they had from start to finish from that game, they were finally able to get over that threshold. Do I believe they should have done it in the first 2 games? A little bit, but that's okay. They've done it now, and obviously this is one of the teams that can take a victory.
They definitely can take a victory. This is a team that has already gotten 3 wins in Erangel in the finals when we're talking about S2G. If we're looking at some of the other teams looking to get to that smash zone, it's none other than Aurora. I actually thought Aurora was going to be able to make it already. They're struggling a bit today, Max.
Yeah, a bit of a weird hold onto Nongshim Red Force in particular. They're looking kind of weird. But by the way, I want to bring it back to S2G. They not only make it into the smash zone, they've got a 9-point lead on top of E-Arena, which if we do not get a smash, is going back to the OG rules, which is the most amount of points becomes the champion. So right now, S2G are loving it, but so are Tiama, shattering dreams in this game, eliminating E-Arena, eliminating the final player here at the very end for Nongshim Red Force, man. They are the reason why the tournament has not yet ended.
Hora Esports back-to-back great games here out of them. And for 4th Tribes Neptura, this team, after that rondo that we saw, they're starting to struggle. They ended up the first Erangel with a big old donut, and in this one, at least they secure 4 points.
I mean, at least they do. I did see that they had a really fantastic rotation around from just massive wraparounds into Milta and then out of it. But yeah, 4 points is all they're going to get for that fantastic nades from Hora. Oh my goodness me. You were talking about it, right, Max? Sky is fantastic with the nades today. Really, really on point. And Tiamba, I mean, honestly, the word that I would use for both Tiamba and Hora, they're feeling very intense. You don't want to go up against them. Look at those sprays. Long range, through the smokes. There's no escaping this team.
What are those sprays from QZZ? Oh my god. That was crazy stuff going out from him. I mean, he was just lasering everyone through the smokes. Incredible stuff. But at the end, Hora, another solid finish, right?
Yes.
Sure, maybe not chicken dinner, but it's a strong back-to-back, but so easy. In that smoke, actually, that was a smoke right from Hora Niptra. I thought maybe if he stays hidden, he could third-party it. But at the end, Tiama put the nail in the coffin.
That's something that I was actually hoping that So Easy was going to do. He was going to end up waiting a little bit longer, maybe use that smoke to his advantage. But Max, he didn't want to wait for that third-party option. He just wanted to take matters into their own hands. And it goes back to what we're saying with Nongshim. It feels like they're being passive, but they're not quite sure when to be aggressive and when to flip that switch.
They are a little bit hesitant, right? And that's the thing about the Smash ruling. Love it or hate it, teams, the mindset does change a little bit when you do have that chance of getting those chicken dinners. It is quite stressful for now. Not just 2 teams, but 3 teams. S2G are going to be joining their ranks, but of course S2G got 3 chicken dinners so far in the finals, so they're looking like a team that could actually wrap it up. But looking at the rotations this game in particular, I know you in particular, Niptra, were quite critical about their push on the western side of Milta. There were other options that maybe could have been more valuable.
Absolutely. I think any... Oh, wait, hang on.
Hold on.
That's my clip right there. So looking at this split, so actually S2G, sorry, I have to jump into it. We're very split. Lost solo, literally in the 1v4. And even then, he's popping off, but he's also getting a bit of assistance from the teams on the other side of the road, right? His particular Kamikaze's got a fantastic angle. And there, the backup. This is literally the play that gets them into the smash zone. Solke going to be sending it forward. He's going to be joined up then by Hapsajij, an absolutely superhero style in the building. And they get 1, get 2, get 3, and the final player. And because of that, they get the 4-man reset and actually get enough points to enter the smash zone. What a hero save play of the day. They don't do that, they would still not be over that 122-point threshold.
It's insane. I think I missed that play. Thank you for that replay, because oh my goodness me.
So HamCG is just like crashing the wall. We are not going out.
They just send it. Absolutely send it. And that's what we want to see out of some teams. Being able to send it. E-Arena, one team that's truly also running into that struggle when we talk about teams struggling that are already in the smash zone lace for E-Arena.
That was Tiamba's fault. I don't know. Like, I have to bring it to Tiamba because obviously E-Arena, you know, they had a nice little path in there, but Tiamba were actually positioned in such a great spot that they were so annoying to every team. This is Aurora. This was obviously even helping S2G in that fight. They were able to sort of gatekeep that area from E-Arena as well. And so it's unfortunate that we're seeing like E-Arena not being able to push into the position early enough because they are still sort of playing that edge.
They are going to be playing that edge, but right now they need to get that win if they want to be able to win via Smash Rule. They are one of those teams currently in the Smash Zone. Keep in mind, E-Arena started off the day with 112 points. They have only gotten 11 points so far after 3 matches.
And 10 out of those 11 have been in Rondo. Because remember, they hit 122. That's where they were. In the last 2 games, they've gotten 1 point. What is happening to E-Arena? You're looking so strong.
Yeah, transitioning to some of the other teams, right? I'm going to be looking at 4 Thrives Esports. This is a team, Max, that we thought was going to continue on that momentum. Remember, this is a team that usually is able to carry on momentum. They're still hesitant. They're still showing those things that we've been critiquing this whole Pmwc at EWC 26, which is hesitance at times.
I was hoping they were not going to doubt themselves because they're not in the Smash Zone, unlike what we saw in PMGO Season 1, where they were actually very stressed and Ulf almost were able to close a 50-point gap over the course of those 6 matches. But no 4 Thrives, a bit shaken here. And actually, Nitra, one play that you highlighted is that 3-1 split, right? You had Huzaifa on his own, 3 players in the city. That was a bit of a head-scratcher, right?
Yeah.
He was by himself.
Huzaifa was by himself. I could see maybe what they're trying to do is hedge their bets, but he was in such a difficult position, and it's a shame that he actually, when they actually wrapped around outside of the town as well to go back, Huzaifa ended up being taken out early, so that's a shame.
As I'm looking at the teams here all the way up to 11th place, 92 points. These teams are getting closer and closer. They're kind of giving a bit of an advantage there, since some of the teams towards the top are choking a little bit, are not being able to get that many points. For those teams on the second page, what that's going to be costing Neptura and layyz and Maxman, it's just going to be costing for all those teams to just get closer and closer. There's a lot of money at stake right now when we end up talking about some of these squads. Let's see what we have, some of the comments on social media as well. One chicken for 4T, and then you see what's domination is. Yeah, but right now we're not seeing the domination. We want to see that domination from 4 Thrives, right? Yeah! Let's see if they'll be able to deliver for their fans here at the arena. But for some of the other teams, right, we're now talking about, let's go back to Hora, because Hora is stopping a lot of those teams towards the top from getting those points. The teams towards the top need to be able to find some kind of adjustment to that aggressiveness that we're seeing out of Hora.
Yeah, then Tiama also, Hora in particular, they have nothing to lose, right? They're like, okay, we have to go hard or go home today. We have to initiate that comeback and leave the second page, which with the last 2 games on Erangel, they've been doing. We have one more Erangel coming up, right? So maybe we can finally see a Hora chicken dinner. That will be very exciting here in the finals of PMWC. But Tiama, I feel like they're a team that in this lobby, if they get a knock and a flush on a player that's or E-Arena or Nongshim Red Force, and maybe now also S2G, they just fully capitalize on it. And I love it. They really are one of the few teams that are delaying this tournament until the very, very end.
I mean, I sort of just want to bring your attention to Furia, because they are still sort of in that 90 points there, and from that previous game they were holding the western side. Obviously Hora was sort of taking out the rest of S2G. They did nothing. They didn't even rotate and swing around where Hora was, which would have capitalized their elimination. So they're kind of not being as present as they usually are.
It could be ending here in this next match. My prediction was in 4 matches. How many matches do you have, Neptura?
4.
Max?
4.
layyz? I was hoping for 2, so mine's it.
Okay, yours is absolutely good. But let's see if it's going to be ending here in match number 4, or if we're just going to be getting a bunch more teams joining in this match zone.
Will this be it? We are about to find out. S2G joins the fray. Now 3 different squads could smash.
3 teams with that opportunity in our final edition of Erangel at the PMWC. It is going to go a little bit further than maybe some were expecting, given how today started, getting 2 teams into that smash zone so early on. But that double Milta shift on both of our zones has kind of thrown a spanner in the works. I mean, for Nongshim, right, they're dropping around that area, they're getting pushed in around the bridge. It seemed like they didn't quite have the force to be able to push their way out, right? They're still earning a lot of points on these games, though. So if it does go the full distance, they may just be able to win it out like that.
That's what you got to do at the end of the day. Is you got to try to win this whole thing in as many different ways as possible. And that is going to be, you're going to smash, or you're going to end up with the most points on the leaderboards at the end of the day. And Nongshim Red Force with that double Milta circle, like you mentioned, is just putting in the work. Problem is, though, is that if we get another one, I mean, everyone's going to know by now exactly where they're at. So the focus is going to, I think, shift a little bit. But this could be the game where we get another crazy Erangel circle to finish out the Pmwc here at EWC live in Paris. You can see these players cracking their knuckles, getting ready to drop in one last time.
On Erangel, that will be the final bill. 3 teams, as you say before. Out of those 3, I feel like for my money, given today's games, I'm favoring either S2G or Nongshim Red Force. I feel like for me, E-Arena today has been solid, consistent, but not a game-winning team. And I need to see a little bit more from them to be confident in their ability to fully confirm on that smash. But we've seen them do some crazy stuff, right? They have broken records on their road here, and now they're in with a chance to take that title, give Schweppes his 3rd performance at a global level to get a global stage title. There's 2 PMWI trophies already behind him, looking for a 3rd time to take it home.
Well, here comes the big one. We're here in Paris, folks. Let's make some noise as this is the last Erangel of the tournament. Could this be the final match? That's the question we're about to find out as we're looking now at the plane. These players are locked, loaded, ready to go. And we got one going right down the middle here in a nice diagonal coming from George all the way down to Novo.
Yeah, going to give a lot of access to everywhere on the map here. Shouldn't be too many hot drops. I know we've seen a couple of those certainly earlier on. I mean, in our first Erangel, we had that hot drop over near the Gaka Fields that was a little bit questionable. Godlike not super happy about that, but there have been performances across the board here. Sorry, Ida. I think it was Ida and Tiama actually who were on that hot drop earlier on, but still, yeah, a really tricky situation should be unfolding here this time around. Nobody dropping straight towards George, maybe just grabbing some vehicles and heading there later. Orangutan sending Wizgod very far up north, isolated from the rest of the roster, potentially again just grabbing a vehicle to break out and rejoin in a moment. As we take a look at our top players though, it's a 3-way tie with Ulf, Nongshim Red Force and Horror all having their representatives on our highest elimination count. And it's a mini circle.
Let's go! I saw some people pop up in the stands after seeing that zone shift. Here we are in military. All right. Aurora are going to be down there. Nongshim Red Force are going to be close to this circle as well. Man, oh man, Erangel doesn't disappoint here. As, yeah, we had to just touch military just one more time, huh?
Hey, we got to do it. We got to do it to them. Aurora already dropping there, obviously, could potentially have some fast rotates there. What we've seen as well from Nongshim Red Force is a lot of times where they've been able to transition very effectively over towards the military island. They've had 2 chicken dinners on 3 of their military island finishes, which is going to hopefully be something that they can repeat. That's what they're looking for here. So a big opportunity for Nongshim, who tends to go for the rotate of 1 player off of the shark fin, rotate down south fairly early on circles like this, try and get a foothold on the north side of the island and work from there. That's what they're going to be looking for. But if we've seen it, the other teams have seen it too. Yep. So is anyone going to try and counter that?
Yeah, you know that these teams are prepared to their gills here. They know exactly what these teams are going to do. It's just how are they going to execute it? That's going to be the question. Speaking of execution, if we look at the leaderboards right now, there are some teams that could still definitely win this whole tournament further down. I'm looking even all the way down to Team Flash, Aura, Furia, right? In my mind, though, it's getting to the point to where if they're going to win this thing, it's going to be via smash, right? And if they're going to smash, they have this game, and they have 1 more game to get within that threshold, okay? So if you look at Flash with 92 points, that's still quite a few away to get to that 122, but they have to do it in these next 2 games because you have to hit that threshold and then win the next game.
Absolutely. I mean, from 12th down, I feel like it is pretty much done and dusted for the title, unfortunately. 74 points, putting you really, really far behind of that smash threshold.
unless everybody else in the entire lobby stops earning points and you just keep going on a points victory, maybe. But still, I'm not too sure about that one. So for 12th down,
48. Yeah, that's 48.
I'm having a bad time thinking about their prospects moving on forwards, which is unfortunate. But there are opportunities for the rest of the lobby to keep that ball rolling. As you say, Flash really very much on an outside chance. I feel like anyone below 7th place is in that same boat, right? Having a really, really tough time, and even in 7th, 6th, and 5th to boot, it's going to be really rough. It will necessitate a chicken dinner in this match.
Yep.
To go across. This is that Nongshim Red Force rotate.
Here they go.
To tune in with our teams in the smash zone. Nongshim Red Force now across to the military island. S2G went very, very quickly, which makes me question how much loot they're going to have on board to try and hold this. Nongshim took a little bit longer to get across, which is going to give them some more power, some more backstop of utility of supplies. And Aurora, of course, dropping over in that military base. They're not in the smash zone just yet, but they are the team that is closest to it. Only 7 points behind right now. E-Arena, they're still in South George. It's very likely that they're going to take a long time to go for this rotate.
Yeah, super unlucky on the side of E-Arena. They've had to do the longest rotations in Erangel all day today, and I think that's why we've seen them not have as much success as normal. But this is a perfect zone for Nongshim, right? They're going to have the north side of military all to themselves. They know this side of the map like the back of their hand. Enigma Galaxy, in the meantime, starting to mix in a little bit with Ida, a team they're super familiar with as they battled with them in Pachinki at the start here of the final.